What are our region's top attractions for international visitors? Stumped? Well, Falling Water in Fayette County is clearly one of them as our region's only World Heritage Site. But when it comes to a must-see destination in the city of Pittsburgh, the Andy Warhol Museum may just top the list. More than 25 years after the death of the pop art pioneer, the Warhol is drawing visitors and taking art around the world. Michele Fabrizi is the new chair of the Warhol Board. She's president and CEO of Mark USA. And Eric Shiner is director of the Andy Warhol Museum. And welcome back. Good to see both of you.
Thank you. Great to see you.
Yeah, well, it's always fun, always something new and exciting at the Warhol. And I guess that's one of the messages, too, that there always is something new and exciting at the Warhol.
That's absolutely right. Right now, we just finished our Vision Horizon, the board of directors and Eric and his staff, for the next 5 years. And the overarching goal is to position the Warhol Museum as the global keeper of the Warhol legacy and have the resources to maintain that reputation. And so a lot of work has gone in to deal with issues such as the engagement, and Eric and his staff have amazing new rollouts for the engagement experience for our visitors, as well as reputation. You know, we would, at the end of 5 years, would like to be on the top of that list as one of the coolest museums in the world.
Well, it already is a place when we have international visitors who come into the region, and they tend to seek it out.
Absolutely. It's one of the first places that people come when they visit Pittsburgh. And it's amazing that our breakdown of attendance is a 70% split to people outside of the region and 30% inside the region. So part of our concerted effort is how do we get more people from Pittsburgh and the region to come and celebrate what we do at the museum by making it fun and interesting and accessible so that we get more of a 50-50 split down the road.
Well, as they say, you're never a prophet in your own hometown, right? I don't know what it takes. It's always a challenge. But a big anniversary, too, coming up right in the middle of this 5-year plan.
That's right. It's our 20th anniversary for the museum in 2015. And Eric has plenty of wonderful experiences and events and exhibits going on through the whole year, which frankly is going to draw a lot of attention to Pittsburgh and our region.
So what's in store? What's in store right now, as a matter of fact? You just opened a new exhibit. You've got another one just around the corner, right?
Absolutely. So right now, Warhol Headlines is at the museum, which is an amazing exhibition that started at the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. Most of the things in the show are from our collection, but there are some real masterpieces coming that have never been shown in Pittsburgh before. It looks at Warhol's influence from the news, how he read newspapers constantly and actually started to incorporate headline news into his artwork from a really early stage in his career. We also, in a few weeks, have our Deborah Kass retrospective opening. Deb's an artist in New York who is a Broadway junkie. She is in love with Barbra Streisand and also in love with Warhol. So she did a huge decade-long project where she literally inserted herself and her friends into Warhol's body of work. And this will be her first ever museum show at this level. And she's one of the best artists working in America today. So we're really happy to be able to organize this show and premiere it here in Pittsburgh.
Is that a show that then will tour, presumably?
We hope that it will travel absolutely around the country.
Exposed all over the place. Yeah. So yeah, the Warhol's not just a force here in our community, but in terms of really, you know,
that's right,
driving art everywhere.
The profundity of Warhol's art and the impact he's had on our culture is really wonderfully reflected in the contemporary artists. In fact, he's greatly influenced them, which is another blockbuster we're going to have in February 2nd will be regarding Warhol, which are the top contemporary artists. I think there's 60 of them that will be on exhibit with the Warhol's work. And it's a blockbuster. Right now it's at the Met, and February 2nd it's coming to Pittsburgh.
Have we realized the full potential of leveraging Warhol, his legacy in this museum, to kind of get the word out about our region in general?
I think we're just starting to do that. That's one of our objectives, because the Warhol Museum is the nation's largest single artist museum, as well as it has the largest collection of Warhol. And we want to get the word out that if you really want to experience Warhol and the art, the contemporary artists, and the philosophy and core values of Warhol, which are really about empowerment and the impact of diversity, you have to come to the Warhol Museum. And so in doing that, that will continue an impact on Pittsburgh and the profile that the region has to have such a contemporary and important artist that has influenced our lives and the way we think about things.
Absolutely. And you know, we just received a grant from the Benter Foundation here in Pittsburgh, which is going to allow us to partner with Falling Water and Kentuck Knob and the Mattress Factory.
Oh, appropriately that we started out mentioning Falling Water out of the gate.
It's a very good thing, because I realized these are unique entities that you can only find here. And if we band together and sell our wares to the world to say, you need to come and see these places, and you can only do that by coming to visit us here in Pittsburgh, I think that we can really help increase the number of tourists to the region. And this grant will allow us to start the ball rolling in that area, and hopefully next year sometime we'll launch a campaign in some markets out there in the world to see what that does.
Excellent. Well, thank you both so much. Congratulations. Obviously, a lot in store at the Warhol. If you haven't been there, or if you haven't been there in a while, go see it. Go
absolutely.
see it right here in our region. Michele Fabrizi and Eric Schreiner, thank you both so much.
Thanks.
Thank you, as always.
It's great to see you.
I'll be back in a minute with a little dollars and cents. Stay with us.